some of the other things were when we actually started to dig in, the research that was originally done on rents on RUBS, which is it's a utility billing system which allows you to charge back the tenants for utilities that are master paid, like water, sewer, things like that. Electrical, a lot of times is separately metered, but water is not. Water is coming in and everybody shares it, so the bill goes to the owner, and you can bill back the residents. And that's one of the things that's being done quite a bit right now, because there's a lot of people who've had properties for a long time, just never done it.
Yeah.
And they should be, because it's a bill that the tenants are using. They should be paying their water bill, their usage. We hadn't found very many people who are actually doing that in this area, but what we also found is that there's nothing that's going to be built, that there's a lot of demand for units, and that the rent comps weren't right, and there was a little bit more room for some income, which is good.
Yeah.
Right? The next thing, if they actually want to play ball, we're going to do an on-site and rewalk the units, because what we learned when we started to ask these guys for detailed capital expenditure, and when we actually talked to the owners about what had been done for capital expenditures to upgrade the units, very few units had been upgraded, which means for us to get those higher rents that we were talking about, we also have to go in and do the updates to the units. So they had walked through a handful of units to get the flavor of the building, which is not due diligence, right? I mean, you got to go walk every unit, because otherwise they're going to take you to the nicest units and show you the nicest units. You're going to think everything's swimming, and you're going to get in there and all of these units are going to be completely jacked up. You're going to have to spend $5,000 to $10,000 a unit to fix them and bring them up, which I don't think it's that bad at this place, but there's going to be capital expenditures that we're going to have to put in to increase these rents. You can't just, I've seen a ton of posts online about people just complaining that people are just going in and raising rents. Mm-hmm. Well, you can't just go in and raise rents. Nobody's going to pay you a rent above market for the quality of property that you have. That's not how this works. But if you want to go in and raise rents above what current market is, you have to enter a new market. In other words, you have to upgrade the units that slides them into another category where you could actually get higher rents.
Yeah. That's the cool part about, looking at deals right now and pulling rent comps like we talked about last week, making sure you understand current market rents.